Hello, thank you so much for coming to my channel. I'm Hannah, and I talk all things costuming, cosplay, and live events. Today, we are talking about the Asheville Viking Festival. So I'm here at the Asheville Viking Festival in Asheville, Ohio, and the vibes are great. It's just a cute little community festival. There's a little bit of jousting. There are a ton of cute vendors, and I will say there are a lot of vendors that I don't recognize from other festivals and events. So there's some unique stuff here that I really appreciate. The vibes are great and the people here are super nice. I've had several people compliment my makeup. Someone even asked if I had had it done here. I didn't see any makeup people doing, I didn't see anybody doing makeup here, but I thought that was really nice. I was like, nope, I just did it myself. Thank you. Um, so yeah, I don't know, 10 out of 10. I really like it here. So just a little bit of background. Asheville is about a 30-minute drive south of Columbus. So not too far from the city, and it's a really cute little neighborhood, lots of cute little houses and very adorable community. This was my first time attending this event. It happens in the last week of April every year. I believe this specific area and village has some deep roots to the Viking culture. So there's a lot of like Viking themed things there year round. I do really love going to smaller Ren Fair style events. Obviously, I do love like larger Ren Fairs like the Ohio Renaissance Festival too, but there's something really nice about the smaller community vibe at these small Ren Fair style events. They're usually a great vibe. There's usually not anybody like super intoxicated, but it's usually like a lot of lighthearted family fun. So I love coming to stuff like this. The festival itself is held in the Asheville Community Park. It's basically just a great outdoor space adjacent to the local elementary school. The event is free and parking is free too. They do ask for a donation of non-perishable food items to attend, but there was no one like checking to make sure that you donated to come in. So if that is something that might turn you away, it is optional. I did see two different places within the festival to donate. In years past, I can see that they've posted like this is how much food we were able to donate to the local food bank. So I don't know. I really respect that. I like that they don't charge admission, but they're doing something to impact their local community. I just think it's great. I couldn't find out much information about parking beforehand. I will mention most of the information about this festival came from the Facebook page. They do have a website that has some information, but that's basically all I could find was either their Facebook page, Asheville Viking Festival, or their website, which didn't have a ton of information on it. But it is a very small event that does not charge admission. But basically, on the website, I did eventually find that it said that there was street parking in the area around it. And I was kind of expecting, like sometimes at like a county fair or something, people will like stand outside in their yard and like charge people $5 to to park in their yard. Not really a huge fan of that, but I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens when I get down there. Maybe it's metered. Maybe I'm gonna have to pay somebody $5 to park in their yard. I don't know. We'll see. When I got there was just cars, I get literally on the street, no meters or anything, and also cars just kind of pulled into the grass all around the outside of the park. So that's what I ended up doing. I just pulled into the grass, and it was honestly great because I was parked super close to the event, and then I was able to come back to my car like frequently to get water, or it was actually a pretty cold day, so I was able to warm up in my car for a little bit. It was a really overcast day with a lot of wind, so it was a lot chillier than I had anticipated. I wasn't freezing. There were people there that had like full cloaks and hats and gloves and things like that. I was not that cold. Definitely could have gone with another layer or two underneath what I was wearing, but that's just the state of April in Ohio. You don't really know what you're going to get. Later in the afternoon, when the sun started peeking out a little bit, it got a little warm. I am going to take a moment to talk about my outfit here. So this outfit is all thrifted. I've literally had all of these things in my closet for a while. Boots are thrifted. They're kind of falling apart, but they're cute and they have lace on the back. I've worn this skirt for a Hobbit look before, and I have this cute top. It's actually from Old Navy, but it's got this like nice lace-up detailing in the front and a cute fake fur vest that's keeping me nice and warm on this overcast day. And I've even got these earrings that have got like feathers and stuff in them. I think I got them at an antique store. Can't really remember. The only thing that was not actually thrifted is this bag. I've had it for like 8 years though, so it's nothing new. And I do have a fake little dagger here with me too. That was not thrifted either. But yeah, here's my look, and I am excited. Now the actual event. So there were a ton of vendors all throughout this park, including some who I'd never seen at any other like locals craft fairs, things like this before. So I was excited to see some new variety. I ended up buying a cute pair of sword earrings. I've been looking for some sword jewelry for a while, and I was like, you know what? This is it. Today's the day. So I bought this cute set of gold earrings for $30. And I love being able to support this smaller run fair and the small business. So, that's great. There was a good mix of vendors as well. Some costume focused, jewelry focused, leather focused, tarot and book focus, and like candle, incense, plant focus. So pretty, we're like ran the gamut. Everything was still themed though, which is great. Oh, I will also say they had a lot of authors, like book authors that had tents, so you could meet the author, get a book signed, etc. They also had a silent auction going on with donations from some of the vendors, and I did put a bid on a small item, but I haven't heard back, so I must have been outbid, and that's okay. I appreciate the fundraising opportunity and just the community feel of it. So this is a 2-day festival. I went on Saturday, but it does also run on Sunday. Unfortunately, I had to work on Sunday, so I wasn't able to go, and I'm really sad because I missed Midwest Falconry. They are basically a education and conservation education, like all of that good stuff for birds of prey in Ohio. So I've definitely met them at the Ohio Renaissance Festival and Yuletide Village, which is the Christmas festival that is at the Ohio Renaissance Festival. I've met them there before, and they will even, like, for a donation, they'll let you hold like a falcon or an owl or something like that. So I was sad that I missed them, but such is life, I guess. I'll just have to go see them at the Ohio Renaissance Festival. The Asheville Viking Festival also had some other activities, such as a small joust, a shield wall building activity for kids, some live music. I saw a comedian and more. It seemed to be new this year, but they did have printed out QR codes kind of posted around. Some of the vendors had them at their tables as well. And basically, that was for people to check the schedule of events, and it could be updated live. When I donated my cans when I got there, the guy collecting the cans asked me if I knew where to plunder in the village, and I was like, no, I don't. And he was like, well, you can take this paper map, or you can use your fairy box to view the schedule. And I just thought that was really cute and fun. I've never heard anybody call their phone the fairy box. It was super cute. But anyway, so I was able to scan that QR code at the entrance, and then I could keep going back to that tab I had open to see what was going on. There were a couple food vendors there, mostly like fair food style truck. There wasn't anything that really piqued my interest, but again, I am a kind of a picky eater, so I didn't end up getting any food there. I was glad that I had extra water in my car because I didn't see any drinking fountains, and since there were only a few trucks, there were pretty long lines to just even get a drink, and most places just had bottled water or sugary drinks. No, I didn't really see any like Gatorade Zero or unsweet iced tea or things like that, things that are not inherently full of sugar. Selfishly, I am type 1 diabetic, so I can't have drinks like that. So that's something I always look for, and I wasn't really able to find that here, unfortunately. But then again, glad that I brought my own. They did have some alcoholic beverages in this like little enclosed tent that also had a like enclosed patio with it. And there was a sign that was like, you have to have all of your you have to finish your alcoholic beverages in here. I honestly didn't expect to see that at all because it is literally just in a park. You just walk up. But yeah, so that was there for people that want to do that. And there were a lot of younger, like 20, 30 somethings hanging out in there. There was some live music in there. That's where I saw the comedian was under this tent. So they had some of that as well. I will say I didn't see any like local police or security around, but again, this looks like a really, really friendly little neighborhood. So I wasn't like afraid or anything. But the tent that had the alcohol was right next to a station to sign up for the Marines. So if anything got a little crazy, I'm sure the Marines would be more than willing to help. And then just some other housekeeping. There were plenty of porta potties around. And honestly, it was like a really well run event for a small free thing. Something I also enjoyed about this festival was they had several groups of historical reenactors. They were like cooking, knitting or crocheting, I couldn't quite tell, and just like making things, which it's always so fun to see and hear people reenact, like talk about the history of things. So I really appreciate that because it also adds in like a little educational component, which I love to see. So yeah, overall, I really had a good time at this event and I would absolutely come again. It's not too far from the city and it's free. The parking is free. The vibes were great. Everybody was really, really friendly. And yeah, I'd absolutely go again. And that brings me to the end of this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, or share this video with a friend. It really supports my work in this channel, and I will love you forever if you do that. Do you have any other smaller Ren Fair style events in Ohio that you want me to check out? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.